I'm like fucking toasted.
I think we can all congregate together in harmony, in unison, and respect me for pulling off something of this caliber. The boy. I think it looks good. I think it tastes great. You guys are never gonna be able to figure it out. Maybe if you might, because I might tell you, you guys are gonna know. How are we doing, everybody? Welcome back to the next installment of the Baka Delicious Show, where today we're going to be making I can only kind of conceptualize it as baklava pie. And what it's going to feature, we're going to toast some nuts. So we're going to do that. We're going to do all the nuts for the baklava. But that's obvious. That's normal baklava stuff. That's what you kind of expect to find here, you know? What makes this a pie and what makes it kind of what, you know what I mean? It's kind of special. So we're gonna be making our own phyllo dough, and that's the first thing you guys are gonna see because it has to rest for 2 hours. We're gonna be making a peanut brittle as a layer in the baklava pie because we're using all the nuts. As you can see, I thought we had pecans, we don't. And I'm also gonna be making a date jam to go as a layer in the middle of the pie. We're gonna be making the nice honey syrup to go on top with some local Hive Northwest honey. I'm gonna be reducing it into a kind of like a more caramelized honey syrup. That's pretty much what we're gonna be doing. And there's a lot of things that can go wrong. If the phyllo dough doesn't go well, it can go wrong. There's plenty of places to screw up here. But the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna start the phyllo dough. My phyllo dough recipe, that is on allrecipes.com, homemade phyllo dough. We got 2 cups all-purpose flour. So we're getting out our cups, getting out our cup measure. 1 cup. Throw your phone. Just spin it around. Technology's failed us. It doesn't say sifted. So, 2 cups all-purpose flour. We're going. You can kind of do that with your bowl, you know what I mean? You can kind of like move your bowl around like that and it kind of sifts it for you. It just lightens the flour. I don't really know if that's true, but I like doing it. 5 teaspoons olive oil. 5 teaspoons, if I knew what that was, if it was like a 1/4 cup, that'd be helpful. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it translates to, so we're gonna have to make some more noise in this cupboard. And I only have actually a 1/2 teaspoon measure, so we're gonna do 10 1/2 teaspoon measures. We got 10 of these with this nice quality olive oil that Becca bought me for my birthday. That's 8 and a little bit more just for some love. Just for a little bit of love. There you go, a little bit of love in there. 2 teaspoons white wine vinegar, 2 teaspoons. 5, oh, wait, what? 5 teaspoons. Guys, we've already. Too much olive oil. We didn't know. Boom. Easy. 3/4 cup warm water, 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's see how warm this water is I set aside. 3/4 cup. That's too hot. That water right there is too hot. We gotta cool it down. Cool it down. 110. 110. Got some salt. Delicious. Get our flour. We can move all this stuff out because we did it. We done did it. It wouldn't be the Baka Delicious Show if it wasn't the Baka Delicious Show. It really wouldn't be, would it? Let's get a spatula to kind of try and get this guy looking good. Okay, we're done using the spat. Flour our hands. Go in and work the dough. All right, and supposedly this is our phyllo dough. So, you know, it's oily. It's fairly similar to like a cannoli dough from what I can gather. It's like cannoli dough usually has some sort of wine in it, like masala or red wine vinegar or whatever. Supposed to just knead it until smooth. No one comment on my kneading techniques because they ain't good. Yeah, my kneading techniques, no one said they were great, but I'm going. Okay, and I think I have to knead for like 5 minutes, 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. Doesn't matter in the end result. Probably, whether you knead for an extra 2 minutes in your bread, probably does matter in the end result. It has to rest after being abused like that. I'm gonna throw up. Not because of the baklava. No. That was delicious. I ate Taco Bell, and that was the worst thing I had today. The baklava was the best thing I had probably all week. Like, I think it's like Insider or something. They uploaded a video about these people who make like the oldest phyllo dough, and you know what I mean? Like the best phyllo dough makers in the world or something. They're like 100-year-old phyllo dough makers. So maybe go check that out if you want to see how to actually do it. Get into the bowl right there. Gonna spray a little oil in it. There you go. So we're gonna leave this to rest for, like I said, 2 hours. We're gonna clean up a little bit. I do believe that we're gonna throw our nuts in the oven on like a very low temperature, probably like as low as your oven can, just to let them slow go, you know? We're gonna go down, I think it goes down to about 170, so I'm gonna throw them in at about 170. And it's just like, imagine nuts left out on a hot day. All right, so we have our dough here. We're gonna move all our nuts aside, coconut aside, honey aside, everything aside. We're done with the olive oil for right now. We're done with it. We're done with it. Everything aside. I want everything out of my path, everything. I get claustrophobic in the kitchen. Easy. All right, we're gonna take the dates off this tray because those do not need to be roasted. Whatever someone tells you, don't roast your date. You get it? Definitely want some more stash-os in there. These are our nuts. You can see them there. Closer up, further away. Close our nut bags because don't have your nuts out in the open. We got our nuts, dry toasting them in the oven, 175. Going in, probably for like, who knows, 20 minutes. I'll come back and check them in a little bit. Probably not 20 minutes, but I will come back and check them when the time is ready. Go ahead, get some saran wrap, and we're gonna cover our dough and let them go. Watch a man struggle to fucking use plastic wrap. Cling film, that's good enough for me. So we're gonna go ahead and take a break. Probably like 10 minutes, I'll come back, shake the nuts, make sure they're not burnt. Maybe leave them for another 10. And this needs 2 hours, and then I'll be back and make it. What you're gonna do, now I'm talking to you. Listen here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go walk your little legs on over to Patreon. And you're gonna go over to Aaromine and the Baka Delicious Show. And when you follow that Patreon page, you are directly helping and aiding both me and the show you are currently watching, AKA the Baka Delicious Show. Am I going?
Yep.
All right. How are we doing, everybody? Oh, you told us?
Don't do it.
Okay, that's the one thing you specifically told me not to say.
Now we're doing this.
And let me tell you what, I think it's like $2 and $5 that you can support me with. And let me tell you what you're getting for your $2 and $5. I'm not reheating Lunchables. You know what I mean? I'm not throwing Lunchables in the microwave here. I'm making chicken tikka masala from scratch. You know what I mean? I'm making paneer cheese over here. It's minor, only compared to the Baka Delicious Show, but it could be its own content 100%, and it will become its own content, and there's gonna be plenty of it. It's gonna be additional content. It's a way to directly support me so I can continue to give you these shows, so I can save up to buy, you know what I mean? Whatever I need to build these shows for you. Okay, now I got the nuts out of the oven. I'm back like I never left. Next couple steps are gonna happen really fast, rapid fire, bang, 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 bang. Is it on? I turned it on.
Okay, good. Sorry.
Yeah. So it says like we need 2/3 cups, 3 tablespoons of flour. And essentially what this is for it's a cornstarch flour mixture to dust in between the pyhllo dough sheets so they don't stick together. There you go. Easy. And then I didn't see how much cornstarch. Is this going? Yep, okay. Put the cornstarch back where the cornstarch don't go. Mix this up by shaking the container. What we're gonna do, we're gonna open up our honey. We're gonna caramelize this honey to be brushed on top of the baklava pie at the end. It's not even a pie. It's not gonna be a circle. I don't have a container to do it in a circle. So it's really just gonna be more of a baklava, but like a layered, like a heavily layered baklava lasagna. I make a fucking horrible English breakfast and then I come out here saying I'm making baklava lasagna. Like if I fuck up an English breakfast, there's like a whole slew of people who are gonna jump down my throat. You know what I mean? If I fuck up a baklava, I don't know that, I'm not constantly in contact with that many Mediterranean people who are gonna assassinate me for a baklava. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I'm just saying, I doubt I'll get 2 comments saying this is an abomination. You know what I mean? I just don't want to be called an abomination. I just don't want to have to film something. Again, because I'm called these names over nothing. All right, we're gonna take this entire thing of honey, we're gonna put it in a saucepan, and we're gonna caramelize it. We're gonna let it go, we're gonna let it get dark, we're gonna let it get rich, we're gonna let it get strong in color. All right, so we're coming, but all right, we're going?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Look at that honey drip. Look at that, it gushes out. Me when you're, pretty much there's not that many steps until we have to like cut up the nuts and stuff and, you know, make a peanut brittle and stuff, but the peanut brittle is gonna be right at the very end. We need to start working on the date, so probably I'll start working on a date jam to be a thick layer inside the baklava lasagna, because I guess that's what we're canonically calling it now. Go ahead, get your cutting board. Don't worry about your nuts. We can move the nuts aside if you like. Move them over there out of frame. Maybe still in frame. Get your dates. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna mush them with our hands and we're gonna take out the pits. They're sticky. Some people will enjoy this more than others. To my friends who struggle with sticky substances, power through. To my friends who enjoy the stickiness of a date, don't let me stop you. Actually, turn off the volume right now and just really dive into your sensual experience with the date. It's impossible. It's okay. Don't work with too many dates at one time, because eventually your hands get to a point where it's maximum stick, and then you really can't do anything. You're really okay? We struggle, we go through the changes of life, and you know what I mean, we persevere, but fuck me, right? Fuck Aaron, all the time. Okay, so dates are going in a saucepan along with a little bit of sugar. Probably don't need that much sugar, just a little bit, because the dates are gonna have their own sweetness. A little bit of lemon peel in there. Come over, and we're just gonna add a little bit of water. Don't show this area. Oh. Don't look over here.
You said come over.
We're just gonna add a little bit of water. We're gonna dilute that shit, right? We're gonna add a little bit of water. That's gonna cook down. It's gonna make our date jam. And I think that's pretty much all we're gonna do with the date jam. I think it's really gonna be straightforward, simple. Maybe add a little bit of our dog. Ooh, kick your dogs out of your kitchen. We're gonna add a little bit of vanilla to the date jam. Just a couple drops, just a season. And maybe a little bit of salt. So remember when I said we were done with the date jam? It's not done. Because obviously, gotta remember what show it is. Date jam going, we're good. It's fine. I'm getting stressed out, don't even know why. That's the type of show I'm making. Okay. You know what? We're gonna do an easy step. We're gonna toast some coconut. Okay? Everyone knows how to do it.
Oh yeah, that beautiful sound.
The beautiful sound of an induction burner that it's the worst thing in the world. We're just gonna go ahead and add like a pretty hefty amount of coconut. It's gonna be pretty good. It's probably gonna toast up pretty fast, faster than I probably even gonna want. We're just gonna rock with it. It's not a sexy sound, is it? Okay, got our date jam that I think is about done. Pick out the lemon. We're done with the lemon, so we pick out the lemon. That's good, still liquidy. I'm gonna go ahead, kind of mash these. Date jam, easy. You put some water, put some dates in a pan, turns into date jam. I think just date jam with all these nuts is gonna be like, because I love fig Newtons, and I don't know why I'm like putting dates next to figs, but in my mind, baby girl, it just works. So we're gonna go ahead and get our container for the thing. We're gonna go ahead and give delish, done. Done. Just to recap, date jam, toasted coconut, honey for the thing, not done yet. I'm gonna add some water, I'm gonna add some vanilla bean, but we're not there yet. And then I have our toasted, roasted nuts that need to get chopped up. And I'm gonna do the phyllo dough. But for the most part, I think we're well on our way. So I'm gonna change up the camera batteries and see you right now. Boop. We're gonna go ahead, and I think we're gonna go ahead and take this opportunity to chop up our nuts. You know, I think our nuts ought to be chopped up eventually, and this is a good opportunity to do it. Just, you know, handful at a time. And just get to a chop and just get our nuts a nice rough chop. We don't want any like, you know, whole fucking almonds and whole walnuts in this bitch, do we? No. You know, there's just something about a whole walnut, maybe a whole pistachio I wouldn't mind, but a whole walnut is just not my speed. This is gonna be a heaping bowl, but we're gonna do it in that bowl. And this is just gonna be our nut mixture in the baklava. It's walnuts, it's pistachios, it is almonds. Dude, don't laugh at me for how I'm chopping these nuts, okay? I'm really just, it's a big pile of nuts, it's a little knife. I'm talking, multitasking, I don't really do this. I like to stay safe when I do shit like this, you know what I mean? I don't like to talk at the same time, so just don't laugh. I hear the laughs. Get ready for whole pistachios in your baklava. Yeah, you guys are really gonna fuck me up over this. Like, no one's really gonna do it because no one watches this shit. If I was watching, I'd fuck me up over this, how I'm chopping this shit. Big bowl of nuts done. Clean up a little bit. Do we work on our phyllo dough next? I think we might work on our phyllo dough. Move that stuff out of here because I am working with the hardest dough known to mankind. Phyllo.
Do you have to get it like newspaper thin? Like,
You bet your biffy.
oh, jeez.
Got a plate. And again, I might get roasted because this is going to be horrible phyllo. I'm like an Italian, I'm like a Greek Mediterranean grandma in 20th century wherever.
So you're just trying your best.
I have no Mediterranean grandmother to teach me how to make phyllo dough. Some people have to go without. I needed 20 balls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Have your big balls.
Too big?
Dude, the window's open and that was like a blood curdling scream. So, we have our plate. Well, and I guess the idea is as thin as you can.
Oh, that sound.
I'm really not keeping them from creasing either. Okay, well, something like that, right? We do that, we roll out the next guy to be as thin as possible. We lube up and we stack them, right? Right, everyone following along?
Oh.
It's really quite the lengthy process making phyllo dough. Essentially, I made a behemoth. I wish the layers were a little bit more defined. If you wanted me to break down what I wish I could have done a little bit better, I wish that the layers were a little bit more defined. If I had a little bit more fig jam, I could have had it a little bit thicker, and that means it wouldn't have melded together as much, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just a first time thing. I wasn't working with quantities. I wasn't using a recipe except for the phyllo dough. I'm just going with my gut. Again, no one said I know how to do this. Is that not the sound of stepping into snow? I think that's our first phyllo dough. I think we did one. Phyllo dough going in the fridge, boys. Phyllo. Oh, I love the phyllo. Yeah, dude, you can like kind of separate them and stuff. Yeah, that's right. That's right, boys. We did something right. Okay, everybody. Again, that's my thing. Okay, everybody. Okay, everybody. What we're gonna do next, now that we have our phyllo dough made, I'm gonna put the rest of the phyllo dough in the fridge so it doesn't dry out too badly. The next step to our baklava, lasagna, pie, whatever situation is definitely gonna be the peanut brittle. I'm really kind of, you know what I mean, kind of interested to see how the phyllo dough is gonna turn out. I think it's gonna be okay. I think I know what kind of is going on with it, but I'll try some stuff when I'm assembling it and we'll go from there. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead, chop some peanuts on our nice Booze Block cutting board. Oh, looking for sponsors. Booze Block, you want to sponsor Booze Block? You want to sponsor me? Send me Booze Block products. You love the Baka Delicious Show. I know you're watching. Who's not? Anyways, peanuts gonna be on the Booze Block, so if you have an allergy to peanuts, probably stay the fuck away from my cutting boards. We're gonna go ahead and chop some fucking peanuts to make our peanut brittle. And how I'm gonna try and do this peanut brittle, God knows.
The Baka Delicious musical.
Isn't that a good idea?
Coming to a theater near you.
We're cutting some nuts. Am I going? We're cutting nuts to go ahead and do our peanut brittle, which is actually just gonna be kind of a caramel with some nuts in it. I don't know, there might be other things in peanut brittle that I don't know. I didn't look up a recipe for peanut brittle. It's a fucking baklava lasagna episode. Nuts are in, boys. Be gentle with your nuts. They'll burn easy. Okay, everybody, so we're gonna rush through this now. We're gonna start building our boy. Essentially, what we're gonna do, we're gonna get out our phyllo dough and move like the wind, because we have only a couple minutes. That's holding shape. That is holding shape. That's holding shape. It's holding shape. Boy, oh boy, would you look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? Look at the shape, the color, the texture, the many layers.
Stop moving it.
The many layers. It's quite literally a young man's dream. Oop, and oop. I'm gonna zoom in on my face taking a bite. And now for the tasting, shall we? I get a lot of the date. The phyllo dough is flaky. Probably not as flaky as it should be. And it probably did help if I separate out the layer. I don't know. Who knows? It tastes fucking incredible. Full of flavor. Very nutty flavor, full of very nutty flavor. I'm going in for a second bite. That tells you how good it is. It's pretty sweet, but it's like, the sweetness definitely only comes from the honey and the dates. You know what I mean? The dates do have a lot of sweetness in them. 10 out of 10. I definitely do recommend you make this. Even if it's not this, try making baklava. There's so much to chew. There's a lot I put in my mouth at one time. Try just making phyllo dough. Try your hand at making phyllo dough, because I done talked to many a chef, many a cook who say they don't make their own phyllo dough. It's too hard. I just go to the store and buy it. I just go to the store and buy puff pastry. I just go to the store and buy phyllo dough. Okay, I went to the store trying to buy phyllo dough and it wasn't. So, enough comments about the thickness of the phyllo dough. Enough. Like I said before, make sure that you guys, for one, go check out the Patreon. See if there's anything that interests you, you know what I mean? Check out the rewards, check out the money, you know what I mean? See if there's something you can spare. Because really, I don't know what else I'm gonna do. It's hard to become YouTube famous off, you know what I mean, off a failing cooking show, even if it's everyone's favorite. Check out the Patreon. Make sure you leave a comment. Tell me anything. Tell me about your grandma. Leave a like. And tell your friends to watch Aaromine and the Baka Delicious Show. Because I would. I'll see you next time. Plenty of episode coming. Stay tuned. Bye.